Hello guys, and welcome to another YouTube video brought to you by Blade, presenting to you a Zerg versus Terran today in the using swarmhost is kind of the main goal in today, and this is going to be versus FXO Hope on the map Daybreak. So I'm going to start the game, and this game's going to I'm going to end up going Mutalisks into swarmhost so you can deal with drop ships, since drops are really powerful right now, especially with the speed medevac. And I plan on doing a 2 to 3 part series of this, so I don't think one game's justice for showcasing this style. So this game's going to be part 1, and then I will do another game or two showcasing the Mutalisk into swarmhost style. And then I'm not sure if I'll do a ZVZ or another ZVP after that, so either way, I've gotten a lot of requests for swarmhosts in this matchup, so you will see that in this matchup. And obviously, ZVT, I'm going to send this second Overlord here, possible proxy racks, and then here so I can look for potential bunker rushes. And I'm just going to explain that this is just a normal early opening, so there's nothing too much to discuss other than that. Pretty much I'm going to go Mutalisks, and then I'm going to go, you want to make about 12, 14 at the most. Harass a little bit if you can. This is just scouting for proxies, but you don't have to. But it's going to be, eventually, once the game goes out, sorry for my mumbling a little bit, you're going to want to use them as anti-drop. Don't just throw them away, ever. Because again, dropships are really strong, so if you can keep at least 10 of your mutas alive, you can use them to defend drops from your main, or defend drops here that are trying to hit this base. And it makes it a lot easier, and then the swarm hosts come in a little bit later than that, obviously. Once you get 12 to 14 Mutalisks, you should be getting an infestation pit, probably while you're after your spire finishes, or you can wait till after your mutas pop, one of the two. Get the locust upgrade and start adding in swarm hosts, and then go hive tech as well. Swarm hosts are very good at delaying pushes, and very good at actually dealing with a high tank count, so you can engage the army easier. And as you can see, he's just doing one racks expand, and I'm doing 16 hatch or 15 hatch 16 pool. You want to get your overlord at about 17 supplies perfect, and he's just scouting. I'm keeping this here in case he brings some units down here. Hypothetically, if he hid this a second racks here and I didn't see it, and then he pulls his SCVs, I would see it with this drone right here. It's obviously not very common, but still. And I lied, he's not one racks expanding, he's going one racks factory. I believe he does do Hellbat drops this game, so this should be pretty beneficial to you guys. For that part. I keep getting requested for Hellbat drops, but Blizzard said they're going to fix it, so I'm probably not going to make a video based on it or anything. I'll just explain the best way to kind of hold it. And you'll notice I have 16 drones here, and then it's rallied over here. It's because 16 drones is the best optimal drone count at a base. So once you get 16 here, you want to just rally them here. And you'll notice I did scout the expansion with the Overlord, something you should always do. And I'm going to get 2 gases at 6 minutes, as I find that perfect. And I'm going to get my third base at 36 food is when I get my third base. I really like that timing. I'm making my Overlord at about 34. And I'll be supply blocked for a minute, so this makes it perfect. I think this is aligned with my build, so that I can take my third while I'm supply blocked, because I need to save the money anyway. So I take the third, then the Overlord finishes as soon as the third starts, and I just drone up. I really like it. And his expansion's not done yet. He's sending in those. He's making some more racks, and you want to sacrifice this Overlord at about 6 minutes, 6:15. You'll notice I sacrifice him soon, and I'm going to see this. And he's just using these to take watchtower control, which is very good. And as you see, I'm getting double gases at 6 minutes. And the Overlord's going in for a sacrifice. He has map control now. And I'm throwing my Roach Warren here. And I'm going to throw an Evo here and an Evo here. This is so that I can block this small opening from Hellion run bys with a queen or two. Very easy. As you'll notice, there goes the first Evo and there goes the second one. Now, as you'll notice, I'm going to see this right here. Now this should, for any Zerg player, if you see 3 racks in a factory, this should bring off some alarm bells for you, especially when you see this researching. This means he's going to do a timing attack off of 2 bases, unless he decides that since it got scouted he's not going to anymore. This means don't over drone. He is going to do a 2 base timing. Obviously right now you don't have to worry about it, but in about a minute and a half, you're going to want to start making a ton of units. Otherwise you will just die. Probably less than a minute from now even. I'll explain that as time goes on. So I get my third gas at about 7:15, 7:20. How long does it take for a gas to build? 30 seconds. And I would start double upgrades, but I saw this, so I know he's doing a 2 base timing, so I actually delay my double upgrades so I can get enough units for this. And as you can see, I'm starting to make units. I'm still adding in drones, but I'm adding in units as well, because again, I know his timing is going to be moving out very soon. He's probably going to move out in give or take 30 seconds, I believe. And I'm spreading my creep, not starting these on purpose, because I know he's going to attack soon. And obviously I have this Overlord to look for third timing, so I saw no third. And remember, when I sacrificed my Overlord, he did not do a 3cc opener. So he's going to be aggressive. He's not just going to make all these units and then take a third. That would be really stupid. I mean, I'm starting my double upgrades now that I got quite a few units out in the field. That's good. You want to get some units first before starting these if you see a push like these. But you don't want to delay them like forever. You just want to get units first, because you never know. Sometimes they do faster timing attacks than this. Sometimes they move out at 8:30. This guy's moving out at 9:30. And he's going to take and he's checking to see for lings. Now I know this is coming. Notice I have a ling here and a ling here. He attacks through the center, ironically, but this is so that if he was moving out here, I would see it coming, since I can't control this watchtower because he had Hellions. And as you'll notice, I do see this because I have control of this watchtower. So I'm making a ton of units. I'm making banelings. Baneling speed's going to be a while. Got my spire on the way. I got these, and I was able to drone this a little bit, but you can't fully saturate the third base before this attack, because he can be attacking it many times, and obviously he's going to go into Hellbat form. I mean, these are very powerful. Hellbats are, you know, as we all know, very, very, very strong. So I see this push. I'm making as many banelings as possible. I'm making 12 more, and I already have 13, so I'm going to put me to 27 banelings. I'm waiting as long as possible, and then I'm just going to send him in. He kind of clumped himself up. Luckily for me, he attacked up here, and his Hellbats don't have stems, so it took him a while so he couldn't spread his units enough, so I was able to crush that. I think I would have crushed this regardless, as long as I didn't engage stupidly. Like, if he had attacked here, I wouldn't have run off creep. I would have waited till baneling speed finished before I debated on doing that. But in general, the scariest part of his army wasn't the bio, it was the Hellbats. If you can get rid of the Hellbats and have a lot of units left over, you can deal with this just fine. Because you have to remember, he has no medevacs. And he's taking a third base behind this, and I'm creeping that up. So something I could have done that might have just won me the game outright, this is just to let you guys know, is I might have been able to do a Roachling Baneling timing attack and just win, but I like to play it a little safe, so I just droned up my third. As you see, I'm fully saturated. I'm going to take my fourth. I have Mutilisks out now. I don't think he knows about them. Nope, he has no idea. I'm starting 2-2. I'm going to get a few more mutas. I only have 7. I want more than that. And then I'm going to switch into Swarmhost and start my Hive Tech. And my upgrades are going to be very far ahead of his. He's starting 1-1 while I'm going to start 2-2. And here's just some harassment. Four workers killed. Not amazing, but not, yeah. And spreading creep. Not the best creep spread. It could be better, but then again, I was preparing for his 2 base, so that'll be my excuse. And as you can see, there goes the infestation pit, and I have 12 mutas. I always have my mutas on a separate hotkey, so I'm going to make 15 mutas this game. Macro hatch, there's my 4th. And then I'm going to switch into I'm going to have 12 mutas this game, my bad. I was being dumb. So yeah, 12 mutas, infestation pit, 2-2. I'm going to start my hive soon, because I like to have my hive going while I'm getting the swarmhost. I get a few swarmhosts first, and then I start my hive, because I'm still going to tech to Ultralisk, which is why I'm getting melee, not ranged. And as you can see, I'm just being harassing. He hasn't taken his 3rd yet. And I mean, here comes the swarmhost coming out. You want to get it. You want to try to get 10. That's a very good number. And took my gases here. Should be mining off it soon. And now there you go. Starting my hive. 2-2 will probably will obviously finish before my hive finishes. And then I'll have about 9-10 swarmhosts, which is exactly what I want. And since he doesn't have a lot of tanks, this is going to actually make my swarmhost even stronger. And you'll notice these mutas are going to be very, very strong at dealing with drops if he tries it. And I've got pretty good creep spread now. It's kind of finally reached out here, so I can kind of see drops. Overlords should be spread out over here as well. I have good Overlord vision, but I don't have them out over here. And here comes another attack. And here comes a Locust Wave. And as you'll see, swarmhosts are pretty... I mean, the Locusts are really powerful. And I hold off his bio push with pretty much no effort. I lost a lot of mutas, so you'll be like, huh, why are you making 6 more drops? Since I lost a lot of my mutas kind of dumbly, I'm making more because I want to have at least 10 mutas to deal with drops. Drops are really powerful, and if a Terran player knows you don't have mutalisks, he's going to start triple dropping you at the same time. Mutas make it manageable. And as you'll see, Ultralisk Cavern going down, 3-3 going to start. I'm mining off 4 bases. I'm going to want to mine off this 5th one soon. And he's clearing up creep now. Something you should be doing, or I should be doing, is getting a few spines and a couple spores at my 3rd natural and main, so that I can deal with drops even easier, or at least buy time. And as you can see, these mutas, I think I send them out to go on patrol soon, but I can't remember. And you'll notice he's about to have 2-2. I started 3-3. Oh, there we go. Putting up some spores, spines. Spores are to kill the medevac, spines are to buy time. You can't really make enough spines to kill the army outright of a dropship, especially if they double drop, but you can make enough spines to buy time. And I kind of just made spores here. I don't think I made spines. And make sure to remake the drones when you make those spines and spores, otherwise you're going to fall way down in the drone count. I move these back because you don't want them too close to his army. If swarmhosts are too close, especially versus bio, he can just stim and kill your swarmhost. Keep them back, further back as possible, while obviously making sure locusts are effective. This is in ZVP as well. If his army's getting too close, unroot and move back. Versus bio, you'll get punished a lot easier. If my swarmhost were here, for example, and his army's here, I'm not going to be able to unburrow and run back in time because he'll just stim and kill them anyway. And as you can see, he's moving out now. He has 2-2. We're even upgrades for now. No reason for me to attack into this yet. I moved these to kind of go harass this 4th. And if he had attacked here, my Ultralisk Lingbane should have been able to deal with it. And I'm setting up a flank that turns out not to be needed. So I end up doing a flank from here and here, which is very powerful. Flanks are very strong. And I'm kind of just going to be sending in locusts in. This Ultralisk got grabbed, and here comes my timing attack. I should have waited for the upgrades to finish, but I knew I was kind of really far ahead in this game, so I wasn't too concerned about it. But in general, wait for your upgrades to finish before attacking. And as you can see, I would have normally retreated, but he didn't have very many units, and here's another wave of locusts, and reinforcements are already on the way. And as you can see, here comes a drop, and my mutas deal with it pretty nicely, so he doesn't do a lot of damage. But I have reinforcements coming, that's why I kept them here. I have Ultras, Ling, Baneling. And something I should be adding is Vipers. I don't add Vipers this game, but Vipers are obviously really good versus Terran, and they really help with the Swarmhost Ultraling Bane composition. Some Infestors as well, because you do want to bring this medevac count down. This is a lot of medevacs. So I should be adding either Hydralisks or Infestors, preferably Infestors, because Hydras aren't very good versus Bio in my opinion. But as you can see, he's just kind of he's going to try to kill these, but with Ultimus Ling Baneling he really can't. Focusing his 4th down, getting a Greater Spire just in case, getting Pathogen Glands for Infestors, and most of his supplies in these medevacs. He doesn't have enough bio to hold on. And as you can see, I'm moving these up, and that's game. So what I would have done was transition into adding in Infestors, and using the Infestors to kind of root his army. And if I'd absolutely needed, I would have gone Broodlords, but obviously not needed. So yeah, this is only one game I'm showcasing with this style. I am going to showcase another. You always want to transition to Ultras first, in my opinion. I think it's the strongest, but you can do Broodlords if you really want to. That's up to you. And I think that's about it. If you want to know when I'm streaming anything, or when my next video is going to be released, twitter.com, Blade555, or Twitch TV, Blade55s. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.